hanging out. There we go.
You want to eat that ring?
No, I do. I'm just trying to. Maybe. There we go. Okay. Oop. Turn that on, hopefully without angering the balance gods. Okay, so I'm super excited because I've been waiting for the molds I got today for quite a while, and they finally showed up. Mask on. Oh, that's right, this one fits right. Okay, so the molds I'm excited about are these. So we're gonna start with those. I've got 3. And then, yes, I've got my dropper because we're gonna try to fill in the flowers with one color and then do the rest of the color a secondary color. And I've got 2 scents for us to work with today. So let's get started. I think for these soaps, I'm going to use a clear base. I just need scissors. And the first scent we're going to use, if it works out, I've got some orange fragrance oil here that I picked up at Michael's. Oh, get that boiler going. Taking off plastic is always weirdly hard with gloves. I don't know why. Don't worry, I'm not sick. The weather flipping is just playing nonsense on my allergies. Try to get this as even as possible, which for me means not even at all, but we can dream. This is obviously not the most exciting part of the stream. Put these in here. Turn that up just a little bit because it usually takes longer. Tiny person. Okay, so while we're waiting for that to start melting, let's go ahead and see about getting our fragrance oil figured out. So for soap, we're gonna want 0.3 ounces so we don't overload it. Today I've got this orange fragrance oil that I got from Michaels, and if we get through this first batch with enough time, we have relaxing scent from Brambleberry for the second batch. Right now I'm just trying to get the orange open because I haven't used it before, so it was being a little stubborn. Michaels is not a lot of fragrance oil, so that's cool. That's why I usually like buying online, but I had someone request citrusy smells, so I went ahead and had to make a quick run, but that's okay. If I need to, I can always find another bigger orange one online if that one ends up selling well. Okay. So yeah, for this first mold, we're gonna use Pumpkinhead Orange from Mad Micas and Black Satin Pearl from Just Pigments for our two colors. I did remember to clean this. Well, that complicates my life a little bit. There we go. Okay. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this to pick up some of the soap so that we can fill in just the flower shapes. And then I will, once that's cooled a little bit, I will pour the rest over that. And the nice thing to me about clear bases is it'll take not a lot of color mica powder to get a lot of color in the actual product. And Just Pigments is really good. I love Mad Micas. Their stuff is really vibrant, and both of those are ethically sourced mica powder. I believe Mad Micas has artificially made or lab made, so it's not, it's definitely ethically made. I tried when I got this started to look into all my suppliers to make sure the stuff that could be problematic won't be. That's not a smart way to test heat, but here we are. I'm going to go ahead and get our colorant measured out. Even for the soaps and wax that do have a little bit of color to them, I still use about the same amount of mica powder, which is a 1/4 teaspoon. I'm just trying to get it broken up a little bit because sometimes it likes to stick to the bottom once you pour the wax in. Oh. Yeah. I did not close this bag properly last time, so that's going to be a little bit messy. A lot messy. I might need to change my gloves already. So the last time I obviously did not realize I hadn't sealed the bag all the way. I ended up with this pigment powder everywhere. So to avoid just turning all of my stuff this same color. Oh, and it did that again. That's what happened last time. That would be my one thing, if anything. I like Mad Mica's just a little bit better because it comes in the jars. But that's why I started using my handy little tablecloth. I haven't noticed any difference once the powder's added. It usually dissolves pretty well. Yeah, my other gloves are over here, so I'm gonna swap these out real quick. No, the micas shouldn't have any effect on the texture or anything, because as long as everything's heated properly and added at the right times, it should all melt together pretty smoothly. And I haven't had anybody say they had any weird texturizing or anything from it seeming like the mica powder wasn't mixed properly. Grab one of my spoons here so we can check our progress. Ooh, that got going. Okay. So we'll want to give this just a little bit more time. And then what I like to do before I actually pour out of there is to put these in the microwave for just a few seconds. That way they're not totally cold, so they don't immediately cool down the soap base again. So for these two, I say we'll give it about a minute. That's coming on. The water's bubbling, so I'm actually going to turn it down just a little bit because we don't want the soap to boil. If the soap boils, then it's no good. That's just got a few more seconds. Here those are all warmed up now. Mixed, we're just waiting for a few more bits that haven't quite gone out all the way. Some pieces that are not ready to incorporate, but we're getting there. So once we get it in, I've got more spoons so we can mix the colors. And then I'm gonna scoop these back. Yeah. Crud. Okay, no, I'm still here. I thought I'd lost y'all for a minute. Ooh. I gotta be careful about leaning against the island now because otherwise that mica powder will get everywhere. So I'm just gonna put these three right like that. Actually, I think I'm gonna also, because these are silicone so they're microwave safe, I'm gonna also put these in the microwave for a few seconds. So that hopefully it slows the cooling process a little bit. I don't have the problem with the soap so much, but I have issues when I'm doing my wax melts, where it seems like they're partially cooling off too quickly. That was probably an ocean violation, but here we are. Okay, it looks, nope, we've got one little, it's just a little stick too, but it's holding in there, trying not to dissolve. Okay, now I think we're good. Get this off real quick. Okay. Gonna go ahead, put my scale away, even though I was going to need it again. Okay, so I'm going to try to get these as even as possible. It's total for that block that I cut up, £1, so I'm going to split these up. That should be one. And this one. I'm gonna scrape to try to get all the stuff out of our jar. There we go. Okay. Let me make sure you guys got a good look here. So you can see, because it's really gorgeous when you are mixing it. Maybe not, because this is the Just Pigments, but definitely in a second when I start doing the Mad Micas, you'll see what I'm talking about. No, Just Pigments is still pretty nice looking. I'll go ahead and put that one, wipe that one down and put that off to the side. I think we had a bubble escape just now. There we go. Trying to make sure it all gets incorporated. There's still a little bit stuck to the spoon. And then I'm gonna go ahead and kind of try to split the oil between them. So I really wasn't quite done with the spoon yet. Ooh. Looks like we're having a little trouble with thickening up. That's fine, that just means we gotta go ahead and get moving on the pouring part. That smells amazing to me. It really does smell like you just cut into an orange. Orange. Oop, that was my phone being very loud. Okay. For real this time, we're done with that for a minute. Don't know what that was. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is take this, and I've done this before with some other stuff, so I know it does a pretty good job. So I'm gonna take this and use it to fill up the flower parts, and I'll alternate between orange and black because it does a very good job of basically cleaning up the color on the inside. There's usually not too much of that color left. Let me do it different. Let me do this one. I'm a little shaky. I might have gone a little too hard at the gym today. Fill up the stem there. Okay, and then I think I can get this hydrangea. Almost. So I'm just going to take a little bit more. Ooh. Okay. That is very bubbly, so just real quick. Then over here, use our alcohol to pop the bubbles, because nobody wants that in their soap. Okay, here we go. And then we'll do some black flowers. Not turn that off all the way because we might need it again. Like now. We have a little bit more film. build up, so I'm gonna try to get that off so it doesn't complicate our pour. And that's, there's nothing wrong, it's just telling me off for working too slow, basically, so that it's starting to harden. And then it looks like that one incorporated back in. So that's good. Okay, so without further delays, I'm going to try to pour not directly on the flour, but I might mess up. Okay. And that way, hopefully the flour stays the shape we want it. That one looks like I might have messed up a little bit. So this one's going to be interesting because we've got to top it off. So we're going to top it off with some orange. And then we'll go ahead and use the rest of the orange on in our other molds. I don't actually think that's going to fill up another slot, so what I'm going to do, this is why I have extra molds out with me. I'm going to make some embeds with what we've got left. Oop. That happens to me more than it should. I'm not as careful as I need to be. So I've really been wanting to do this, and I finally got some bar soap molds that I can do it with. So I'm going to use these guys in bar soap as little cute, in this case, kitty faces and, oops. Well, I just lost the scent glass, but that's okay. I was saying I'll use these inside the larger bar soaps, and then so when you get it, it'll probably be clear, but then you'll have some little like kitty cat faces and paws. Okay, so now we just gotta let those sit for a little bit. I'll move these out of the way, and we do it does look like we have plenty of time, so I'm gonna get this wiped down real fast. Just the edge, because we had a little bit of a thing when I was wiping stuff down. So we're gonna take our other Brambleberry, and this one's our oatmeal base. Start warming back up for us. And the only reason I'm not the biggest fan of this base is it does interfere with whatever scent you use a little bit, because it does have that oatmeal smell to it. But I still think it's really nice. I like working with the oatmeal. A little bit of plastic. And since I am not here to be normal, for our second molds, we have waffles. Well, we have waffles, we also have fractal hearts. So, what do you guys think? Should we use fractal hearts or should we use waffles? Get that on the melting pot. Clear our space a little bit of what we've already used. I love this. The worst part is always cleaning up, because cleaning up is no fun. And the other reason I just a tiny bit like soap better than my wax melts is because it's just so much easier to clean up. Mostly you can do that. Otherwise it's a little bit of scrubbing because it's soap. I'm not even gonna throw this away. I'm gonna fold it up and put it by my sink because I use the scraps just to wash my hands before I cook. But our flowers that ended up without their top bits, those will probably go out because when I send stuff, I usually try to send a sample with it. So say you order a cherry almond, you might get just a little sample of this orange. So you could be like, to see if you like it. Where's my other? Where did my other? There's my other scent cup. And then, so for this one, we'll use the relaxing scent. And then we have two from Mad Micah's. This one's Magic Beans, and this one is Peacock. Turn the scale. And I do my best to not mix scents, so I am using a different dropper for this as well. And again, for a pound of soap, we want 0.3 ounces of scent. Because otherwise that really is what will start messing with consistency, and it can cause other changes. Go. And then both pipettes will be carefully cleaned so that they can be reused. And lid goes back on relaxing. Hi, Spewed from Heck. I don't I'm still bad at Twitch. I don't know if there's some kind of equivalent of getting banned for swearing. Probably not. There's too many people playing video games. And I say that as an angry gamer myself. There's no way there's not no swearing. Ooh, okay, yeah. This is what happens. I don't work on the weekends usually if I can help it. So I get a little careless. The soap melts much faster than the wax will. So I don't need to use nearly as much heat for it. And then I forget and lose track a little bit, but most of the time it works out fine. Trying to clean up from the previous round real fast just so I have both spoons to use. Okay, what else do I need here? Let me go start this thing since our wax is moving pretty fast, or our soap is moving pretty fast today. Speed from Hell, what do you think? We've got options today. For my other soap, should we use waffles or fractal hearts? Stir, stir. Should just be a couple more minutes. Those two are good to go. We'll get our color measured out. I'm silly. This is a half teaspoon, so we're gonna try to, no we're not, I don't trust myself like that. I'm gonna rinse this one real fast. Just a little bit of water should do it, and it shouldn't hurt anything. It's just for color. Now we're gonna do our 1/4 teaspoon of Peacock. always put the lid back on has been my policy because I watched accidents happen. If this is something you actually like and you enjoy watching, I'm on YouTube. There is also a creator who, me getting into this was kind of their fault. They are Royalty Soaps, so you should go subscribe to them. I'm sure they have no idea who I am, but that's fine because I think she's cool. And maybe that'll change one day because I think we live in the same state. I think we're good. Okay. Bring this over. Turn off our heat source. Get this broken up a little bit so that we hopefully can get all the powder dissolved. And okay, you were still on. Right. There you go, okay. Oh, that's weird. Okay. Put that right back there. And we mix, 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 mix. I don't think I've used the Peacock in any clear base, which I feel like is a failing on my part because of how amazing the color is. I really need to do that soon because it's gorgeous and I would like to see it without getting kind of broken down by the white of the oatmeal. I'm gonna try to be a little bit more quick with this one. Take our spoons, put them right here. Move my chopper so it stops getting stuff all over it. So I have one less thing to clean. Okay, and I decided we're gonna do fractal hearts. So let's do fractal hearts. And I'm gonna take one of these and we're going to try to do a kind of swirl, if at all possible. This is why I'm doing it like this. I'm trying to learn as I go, because I usually do better learning that way than I do by trying to watch somebody else do it. Even though I really do enjoy watching other creators' content for this kind of stuff, I never feel like I pick very much up from it just because it's not doing for me. And it's harder for me without actually seeing what's going on. Okay, these are gonna be really pretty. I'm excited. Ooh, okay. Spritz out our bubbles. That I did learn. That I am eternally grateful for the videos I watched too for teaching me the bubble popping trick. And since we do have a decent bit left, I think we're gonna do some waffles. Maybe just one waffle. Maybe two. I think we got enough for 2 waffles here. We're gonna come, just so I can remember, because I've met me and I forget things. Usually to do that, but I'm on top of my game today apparently. Ooh, actually. That one's gonna be neat, I think. And then there is, I think we might be, yeah, we're pretty tapped out on brown, but we have enough blue to do what I was gonna say I was gonna do, which is go ahead and make some embeds like I was talking about the last round. Come on, just a little bit more for the other ear. You can do it. You can tell when it's starting to thicken up. Okay, so here we are. I am going to give these time to do their thing, cool off, solidify, and then tomorrow I would say they should be up in my Etsy store. I am super excited. This went really well. And now the only part I'm not excited about, which is the cleaning up. Yes, I did spritz you. Ooh. Gotta stop touching stuff. Thank you so much for watching. You can subscribe to me here on YouTube. I have an Instagram. And you can buy most of what you see me make over on Etsy at Moonglider Creations. I hope you'll come back and watch me again. I stream Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, so depending on tomorrow, I might not stream this Wednesday. I'll try to, but I'm not sure how things are going to be. But I hope you enjoyed. I hope you'll come back. If you haven't voted yet and you're in the US and you're of age, go vote tomorrow. And everybody stay safe and take care.